In every heart lies a longing to be seen, to be admired. But sometimes, God does not look at how brightly we shine. He looks at how humbly we love. This is the story of a golden goblet, once proud and perfect, and an old servant named Luca, who taught it what true worth means. In the northern valleys of Italy stood an ancient castle named Ravenna, famous for its magnificent collection of goblets. Among them was one of extraordinary beauty, a golden goblet, inlaid with jewels and engraved with delicate artistry. It was displayed in a crystal cabinet and brought out only for banquets attended by kings and noble guests. Each evening, when the chandeliers glittered and music filled the hall, the golden goblet admired its own reflection on the silver trays and whispered proudly, "I was made for royal tables. You, mere glass cups, belong to servants and peasants." The other goblets said nothing. They only shimmered quietly under candlelight, accepting their humble roles with grace. Then, one winter night, during a grand feast, a nervous young servant's hand trembled as he poured wine. The golden goblet slipped and fell. A sharp clang echoed across the marble floor. The rim was chipped, the body cracked. The master of the castle frowned. "It's ruined. Take it away." And so the once glorious goblet was removed from the cabinet and left forgotten in a dark, damp storage room. For the first time, the proud goblet felt the chill of abandonment. Time passed. Seasons changed. The castle still hosted grand feasts, but no one remembered the golden goblet, except one man, Luca, the old servant who had tended the castle for 40 years. One morning, while sweeping the storage room, he noticed the dusty goblet lying in a corner. He gently wiped away the dirt and murmured, "You're cracked, yes, but still beautiful. Perhaps the Lord hasn't forgotten you." The goblet was startled. Why would anyone speak kindly to something broken? Once, it had shone before kings. Now it was nothing. Luca carried it to his small chamber near the kitchen. Each morning, he filled it with water to tend a withering daisy by the window. As water leaked through the cracks and trickled into the soil, the flower began to bloom again. Day after day, under soft sunlight, the goblet watched the old man smile each time the flower lifted its petals. For the first time, it felt a quiet joy, the joy of being useful, not perfect. Each night, Luca prayed softly beside his bed. "Lord, let these old hands do something good, even if it's small." The goblet began to understand. True worth doesn't come from shining for others to see, but from giving, silently and faithfully. One summer night, a violent storm struck the valley. Thunder roared, wind screamed through the castle's corridors, and water flooded every room. Servants rushed to save the treasures. In the chaos, crates fell. Dozens of crystal goblets shattered to pieces. But Luca's golden goblet, sitting by the daisy pot, allowed the rain to flow gently through its cracks, keeping the flower from drowning. When morning came, the castle was in disarray. Furniture soaked, floors covered with debris. Yet the tiny daisy still stood, fresh and alive. The master of the castle stopped in awe. "Luca, isn't that the goblet I discarded?" "Yes, my lord," Luca bowed. "It's cracked, but still useful." The master gazed at the vessel for a long while. The sunlight caught on the cracks, creating shimmering lines like lightning frozen in gold. "How strange," he whispered. "When it was flawless, I admired it for its beauty. But now, with these scars, it seems almost human." And the goblet felt something stir within. For the first time, it was proud of its flaws. Because through its cracks, the light could finally shine through. Years went by. Luca grew frail, his steps slower. Yet every morning, he still watered the daisy with his cracked goblet. One dawn, the sky painted pink over the valley. Luca sat by the window, holding the goblet in his trembling hands. "My dear cup," he said softly, "I think we are alike, worn, old, but still capable of good." That morning, Luca passed away peacefully in his sleep. When the servants found him, he was still holding the golden goblet, and the daisy beside him was in full bloom, brighter than ever before. The news spread across the castle. Everyone mourned the gentle old servant. The master declared that Luca would receive a memorial, something no servant had ever been granted. During the ceremony, They placed the golden goblet beside his portrait on the altar. Under candlelight, the cracks on its surface glowed with warmth, as though it was smiling through tears. The priest spoke softly. Some vessels, when perfect, reflect only themselves, but when they are broken, they reflect the light of God. The hall fell silent, and the master whispered, voice trembling, "Now I understand, Luca. Those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted." After the ceremony, the master placed the golden goblet back into the cabinet, but not at the center. It now stood beside Luca's portrait, with a small plaque that read, "Humble hands turn cracks into light." Visitors from far and wide came to see it, not for its gold nor its gems, but for its story. And when sunset poured through the castle windows, the light would pass through the goblet's cracks, scattering golden rays across the room, like the breath of grace itself. Because in this world, the truly exalted are not those who shine the brightest, but those who bow low to let others shine.